What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone. And despite what Kamoli had to say about, FFP, Juve want to help Spalletti in January and in the summer. One of the names being linked with us is, as you can see, Muharemović from Sassuolo, ex-Juve. We have an interesting clause. That's what we're going to talk about. Maignan is not going away, and the Di Gregorio links away from the club are also not going away. Then there is an update on Kostic's new deal because apparently Spalletti likes Kostic after a couple of training sessions, fake or real, and also an update on Yildiz because a lot of panic about his contract, but Alcon cannot miss the boat, otherwise he is screwed. So before we get into it, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's go. Okay, first off, start off with Muharemović from Sassuolo. Play for us for the next gen, the under 19s, whatever. And we sold him to Sassuolo. When we sold him, I know a lot of people were like, oh, yes, mad potential still. Why are we, moving him out? We did. However, we have an interesting clause on him. We have a 50% clause on him. So you can look at both ways. We can cash in if Sassuolo sell him, or we can use that 50% to get him on the cheap, even though, well, he was our player. We owned him, and now we need to get him on the cheap. That is kind of the story. Is he ready to play for Juve? I know the bar is extremely low right now because we are hyping up Colt Miners doing a good job at center back. So the bar is low. He's having a very good season. Actually, last season as well in the Serie B. Fantastic season. He's improving massively. I think he's getting more praise about his offensive output, which is good, but I don't think that should be a thing. It should be about his defensive output. He's almost 23 in February, so he's relatively young. But do we need experience, or do we just need talent, and that's it, So let me know in the comments about that one. Then Maignan, that name not going away, free agent in the summer for Milan. Links about Di Gregorio going away. Is that an option that we should explore? Is, getting Maignan the solution for this club, to get back to winning ways? Is Di Gregorio really a problem? Is it more about, well, he's a free agent and we can cash in on Di Gregorio because he has interest from the Premier League and also in Italy, probably Milan if they move out from Maignan. That could be an aspect, but for me, it's more of, are we gonna win because we signed Mike and we sold Di Gregorio? No, I have no issue with Di Gregorio personally. I've seen a lot of talks this season about Di Gregorio, and I'm like, are we really talking about Di Gregorio about, being a problem when the problems we have to go back to win him are so big and are completely away from what he is for this club, So Maignan, why would he join us, to be honest? His last contract, is that then purely about money? Because going from Milan to Juve right now doesn't feel, and it's sad to say, but as a step up, why would he accept that as well? So odd reporting, but that story is not going away. For some reason, Maignan being linked with Juve and Di Gregorio away from Juve is there. It was there last season, and for some reason, every single summer of the last 4 years, we're talking about goalkeepers when our issues are massive, and the goalkeeper is not one of them. But that's that story. Kostic, Tudor likes him, and apparently Spalletti likes him as well, because Mirko Di Natale is saying that he wants to make the most of the chances to earn a new contract renewal. The parties are expected to begin talks between a late winter and early spring. He feels good at Juve, is happy and proud to wear the shirt. Spalletti believes in him. This is madness. I'm sorry. I'm going to repeat it. If we talk about problems and go back to the Di Gregorio story, and then we're signing him to a new contract, then what the hell are we doing? I don't want to hear he's on cheap wages. I don't want to hear that anymore. We want to win, and to win, you need quality all throughout the squad. And if there's an opportunity to move out from players you desperately try to move out for so many seasons for a good reason, you do that. That's it. It's as simple as that. I don't want to see Kostic and Rugani is already. I don't want to see these players at the club in 2026. After 26, excuse me. It needs to stop. It actually needs to stop. He's not a starter, cheap backup, whatever, But we watched a full season of him, and even this season, the praise he got is that one game, and also it was linked to, well, Cambiasso was on the right, and he looked better as well. That was a talk. That was a talk because there's no way you're starting Kostic, as a backup. Shouldn't the players we already have now, you believe in and want to help grow, be the backup instead, potentially, and improve the starting 11? Shouldn't we go that way, to keep players that have value and, excuse me, try to boost on their value, then keep recycling the old names over and over and over and over and over again, when clearly we are not going to win with these players. It's done. So it needs to stop. Whatever Spalletti thinks, as a club, be serious and stop penny pinching on these type of deals, because the more you do that, the weaker your squad gets. It's just the way it is, And finally, we have a Yildiz story. So apparently it's all over the news. 1 million euros around, about is the difference between demand and an offer from the club, and the Premier League is lurking, and etc. And it's building up and it's building up and it's building up. Now the story is that, and everybody's agreeing with this, if the club messes this up, it comes from Alcan. Like, if you mess this one up, you're done. Like, you're absolutely done. I also seen the panic stories of, if we don't get Champions League, we need to cash in on Yildiz. No, you do not need to cash in on Yildiz. You need to cash in on other players you are trying to keep at the club who have value. You got on the cheap, and for some reason you want to keep a player like Gatti. You need to cash in on these players. You give out new deals. These are the players that need to leave. For example, maybe a Colt minus if he doesn't improve. Those are the players you need to move on. You don't move on. Even if you need money, your best talents. You don't do that. You squeeze out the other players out of your squad who you know are not good enough and have no future at the club and are not going to win you stuff. This needs to end. So if this happens, the club is done. In terms of image-wise, Alcan cannot sell anything. And right now, he's already failing to sell anything to any type of fans. If that Ferrari fans or Juve fans, he's failing because he's proven that he's not a good salesman when it comes to sport. He's a horrible salesman when it comes to sports. I think he damn well knows that if he loses Yildiz, if Juve messes this up, you as a club are out there to be a complete laughingstock, because you have a player who wants to stay at the club. And if you mess in a tap-in contract extension, then as a club, what signal do you send to the fans, to other clubs, to other talents? It's horrible if you fail to do that, Anyways, in the comments, let me know what do you think about the Maignan story, about the Yildiz situation. Also, a new deal for Kostic. How many times are we going to do this? And then also, how will the club back Spalletti in the summer? And should we go for an experienced center back or more talent-wise like Muharemović? That's it for me. Let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow. Ciao.